Alright, hello. So I wanted to, sorry if I'm speaking kind of quietly, the other people in my house are sleeping. But I wanted to start trying to work on character design a little bit more because it's a little lacking. So I've had Jazz's Arty Games app for a while, so I figured I would finally use it for something. So I'm going to be using, like I've said before, I can't actually see myself, so I don't know, but I'm going to be using the custom generator, if you can see that. I hope you can see that. But basically you can make up a list of different things and it'll randomize the different things for you and you go off of that. So I'm going to do this. No, that's not what I want. I hope you can see this. Boop. Alright, so I got a female child that's a mermaid, that's an assassin with a sword and a pet rat. It's going to be interesting because I don't draw children very much. I'm not sure how to make a mermaid look like an assassin, and I guess it would have to be some kind of aquatic rat. Merrat. I'm just going to real quick right up here in the corner and just write down what it is I'm doing. And then I'm going to start attempting to work on it. Alright, so that's my little notes, and here's the fun part. Again, this is my first time doing a character design like this. Normally I'm just like, I'll draw this rough pose and then I'll kind of go from there. And then, so this is the first time I've really ever had a set of things that I have to use. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, so I started off by doing little rough sketches. I was going to do multiple ones just to see what I liked more, but I ended up liking what I started with, so I just kind of went with that. The idea was kind of, I didn't want to put like actual, like people clothes, because those would, get really heavy in the water and drag her down and blah blah blah. So I'm like, what can I do? So I decided to, the idea was that she used seaweed and just kind of wrapped it around herself as like a top and as like a bandana, just to make herself blend in a little bit more with seaweed and stuff where she sneaks around. She ended up not looking as much like a kid as I had wanted her to. I really do still need to work on drawing children, because I don't do it very often. I normally draw older teens. I mean, even making a difference between teenagers and adults I have problems with. So it's just, one more thing to add on to the list of things I need to work on. There are a few things and I always have trouble with this word, anatomically, that could be fixed, like her arms and her torso. Well, not necessarily her torso, more like her stomach. I made too long. I did sort of rush it. I was having a lot of fun with it, but I did kind of rush it at the same time. Something I found over the past 2 weeks is that my line work tends to come out better if I do multiple rough drafts of it and refine the rough drafts 2 or 3 times and then do the line work rather than doing one rough draft of the line work and then doing the actual line work, because then it kind of comes out looking wobbly. But yeah, when I didn't have too much trouble with her. I did kind of sit and look at the rat for a while because I wasn't quite sure how to make it make sense that there's this rat swimming around. So it's kind of like, let's just stick some fins on it, and that's what I did. I stuck a bunch of fins on it. I am actually really happy with how the rat turned out, though. I think I like his tail the best. I did have some trouble with the arms, especially this one here, trying to get it to look not awkward and not misshapen. Like, the hand ended up being like really tiny compared to the rest of it, and even for the perspective I was trying to go to, it was too small. But overall, despite the fact that I did rush it, I think it turned out really good for my first character design session thing, and I'm really happy with it overall. I did something a little different with the tail. Normally when I do mermaids, I give them this like really big flowy tail, but I figure, you know, she's an assassin mermaid. Having a big flowy tail would probably get in the way, so I gave her more of like the stiff, rigid, sort of almost whale-like tail. But yes. The sword I kind of imagined being fashioned out of different corals. So it's not necessarily a metal sword. Just because I don't think metal in water would be a good idea for long periods of time. So it's meant to be made out of, like, you know, worked coral, like specially grown coral that's meant for weapons, kind of a thing. The other thought I had when I was making her was that she's either like more of an apprentice or just someone, you know, a kid playing around, not necessarily an actual full assassin. Just, you know, a girl going on adventures with her pet rat kind of thing. Another thing that is normally when I do mermaids, I do very bright colors. Do these very rich, vibrant, like golds and blues and whites and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, she's supposed to be an assassin, you know, she's gotta have darker colors. So I still gave her like a blue tail, but it's one that would probably blend in a little bit. I guess it was a little more green teal color, but one that would blend in a little bit better with, you know, the color of the deeper water rather than like a bright gold tail. And then, you know, obviously, like, the seaweed is seaweed colored and stiff. On a completely unrelated note, is anyone else having trouble with likes? Because I have a few friends that watch my videos, and, like, I've watched them hit the like button, and it doesn't register. And, like, I'll wait for a little bit just to see, and it's like, it's been 2 weeks since my one friend hit the like button, and it's still saying that I have no likes on the one video. So I was just curious if anybody else was having that problem, or if it's just me. Just random question in the middle of my video. was kind of messing around with the idea of her having oddly colored skin to make her a little bit more like a creature of the deep rather than a kid with a fishtail. Eventually I just went with the marking idea rather than just full-on blue skin. So it's not like, I was kind of thinking maybe it's just like water paint. Then I was like, nah, it'll be like actual markings that she has. I did something a little different with the eyes. I wanted them to, again, look not necessarily human, like human enough, but not completely human. So I think I managed to do that, so it just kind of like fades out into the lighter color, but there's definitely like an actual iris. I ended up, I think I had stopped, this is around here, but I think I had paused so I could go eat, and then I forgot to hit the record button. And then I was just like, so I completely didn't record me putting the scales on the tail. Oops. Oh no, I paused it because I was trying to make a new brush, and I didn't want to bore everybody with me making a new brush, and then I just forgot to unpause. I'm really happy with how my seaweed turned out. It's just like, I just kind of like doodled lines, and it came out looking a lot better than I thought it was going to. So, I recorded the end bit, and then I realized I still had the sound off. So I'm recording it again. This is the final product of my very first character design via the Arty app. The Arty Games app. I'm overall, for what it is, really proud of it. Or really happy with it. Proud of it too. My water looks pretty cool. I like how I got the lighting done. Probably could have done more with the clothing, but I kind of saw it as she is a child, and maybe she just saw an assassin and thought, oh, they look really cool, so I'm gonna make my own assassin clothes, and I have this sword that I made from coral, and I'm like, cool, like that kind of a thing. I made a monster. It's an aqua rat. It can breathe on land and water because we needed rats to be able to do that. But no, I mean, I do feel like I kind of rushed it maybe a little bit. But for the most that I probably would change is the proportion of the lower upper body. Not like the tail. Like, I think the tail's good. I think I just made like the stomach area too long. Is I think the only problem I actually have with it. Yeah, I think that's the only problem. But overall, I'm really happy with it. I did a little something different with the eyes. I tried to make them not look like they were human eyes. I wanted them to be like more glowing algae kind of look to them. But yeah, I'm happy with my seaweed too. It's like, it's dark and it's light and it's but yeah, for a very first character design session, I think I did really good. I'll definitely take more time on it the next time because, like I said, I did rush it a little bit. But yeah, so I'll definitely be doing more of these in the future. Once I get a good camera, I'll probably start doing some traditionally as well, just to practice on my traditional art because I've kind of been neglecting that. But hey, it happens. So yeah, that's this, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye. Till then, adios. Alright, one last thing is I'm going to attempt to start doing streams on Twitch on Saturdays. They're probably going to be like start at like 4:30 to 5. Once I actually figure out how to do the whole streamy thing. So yeah. Hopefully I'll start streaming soon.